Sometimes you say you're going to be early, and then you're late. Okay, comments. Here we are. It worked. We're live. Okay. Technology and Alexander and go. Okay. So my new phone just started to implode. Like literally was just expanding. I think to give me a break from social media and to give me a break from certain aspects of life. So I'm on my old phone, and I didn't realize I never hooked up. I never hooked up the second camera for Crowdcast to this camera before. So I did it, but it's later than 1:11, so I apologize. I told you all it would be earlier, and that didn't happen. So yeah, if the patrons need to wait, then I love you so much, but we'll have to wait because I got things to talk about. So let's talk about things. Okay. And your galactic update and go. Okay. So we've been talking, by we I mean me, but many of you also, once I said this, you knew, yeah, this needs to be done. This healing of the archetypal frequencies, this healing of ourselves, this healing of us, and what's going on in the past is obviously going on now. And I'm looking more and more every day at this, traversing out of this distortion field. I know some people out there and some people that might be watching might be thinking you're waiting to go to 5D. I promise you, you're already much further through 5D if you're watching this broadcast and you're hearing this conversation. So as we traverse to release the things that have, for me, I had to release the things, the weapons, the belief structures, the love almost also. And it's like, that reminds me of that scene from Avatar, The Last Airbender, where he's talking to the guru and he's flying through all the chakra activations. But then when he gets to the crown chakra, the guy's like, the guru's like, oh, now you have to release everything you love and everybody you love, and detachment from possessions, detachment from everything. And he's like, wait a minute. He's like, you told me to open my heart and yada, yada, yada. Now you want me to release this. So it's like to surpass these aspects of the self that have become like best friends to me and that I've grown to cherish, plain and simple. So I can release what needs to be released so I can take place in that dimensional standpoint, so I can take place in that whole dimension to be my own totem pole. And you know why? The reason why I'm bringing this up again is because I'm gathering, and from what I'm receiving, and take this with a grain of salt, if you will, I need to be above, as above, so below. I need to be above these aspects. I need to be above 9D and 8D to be able to basically be my own guardian angel, to be the guardian angel and the spirit guide, if you will, to be the voice of reason, the voice in the ear, that, like, you know, as they tune in back in time and space, all of a sudden this aspect, this version of us in the past will all of a sudden have more assistance than they did 5 minutes ago, 1 minute ago, 10 years ago, 1,000 years ago. When we read these stories, and the reason why I say we read these stories is I need y'all's help. I don't know. Can I do this by myself? Yes, and I know I'm not doing it by myself, but Angela, a lot of people, Sherry, a lot of you are researching these stories and finding the traumas. But this is what we need to do: is find the traumas so we can heal the traumas. We need to find, oh, this always happened to this god. Every time they did this, that happened. Every time they did this, this happened. So there's this like reoccurring pattern. And please, I'm not saying this to trigger anyone, and I'm not talking to one individual person. There is like a pretty large group of people. To me, it's large. It's large enough. It's more than 10 that they say like, my team tells me that one day, Alexander, you're going to say something, do something. There's going to be some sort of healing. Like, I keep getting stay close. I keep getting stay close until this thing takes place. And it's like, I love that people see that in me, but at the same time, and I'm not saying it's a burden. I don't know what the word would be. It's a lot of pressure. And I love pressure, because pressure is what turns a piece of coal into a diamond. Pressure is what turns iron into ruby. But I agree. I'm going to say I agree. I was given this vision. I was given these strong connections to these archetypes for a reason. The archetypal connections in my life are just miracle after miracle after miracle. It's unarguable. Everybody watching. So, anyways, the archetypes. So when we read the stories and we find the trauma, now we know what we need to heal. Now we know what contracts need to be dissolved, what contracts aren't even real. And this is what was coming through today. This whole light, night, fire, water, masculine, feminine, up, down, left, right thing with Eris and Aphrodite that has been most of my spiritual life, if not all. So a word pops in my head, Adonis. So I start researching Adonis at the gym today, like as I'm all like high on life, because of all the endorphin release and the DMT release and the oxytocin release. And go work out. That's all. I don't know. We keep saying it, but it's like free drugs, everybody. Free drugs at the gym. Anyways, I get this word Adonis, and I look it up, and it says how Aphrodite, when Adonis died, and this was her favorite god with a little g. Like, we got big G gods and we got little g gods. And as far as I'm concerned, I won't say that out loud. That'll trigger some things. So Adonis dies, and Aphrodite makes a deal with Hades. Where have we heard Hades before? Hades is a place. So Hades is the Greek devil, pretty much. Hades is the Greek Lu. And she makes a deal with the devil to bring back Adonis. And I'm like, what the heck? Because I can see it, because like, I'm part of the trauma, okay? Or I am the trauma. Eris was so in love, he actually took the form of this Adonis. This Adonis wasn't even a real person. So like, this is so interesting, because I'm speaking from the story with a lot of this, but what I'm telling you right now is just pure vulnerability and pure honesty of what I saw and what I felt and what I went through when I just read this little blip about this story. It was like, wait a minute, no, Adonis didn't even exist. Eris took the form of Adonis because things were so rocky and turbulent with Aphrodite. It's like this whole, like, and what a distorted love code to just be like, I know this isn't going to work out, but I just want to get whatever I can get while I can get. But anyways, so anybody carrying that God of War archetype like myself, please locate that if it still exists. And I can see where that was more powerful in my 20s and my earlier 30s, and what residual energy still exists that needs to be dissolved and transmuted and transmogrified in this present moment with that. But Aphrodite signed a contract, which is in the Akashic records, to bring somebody back from the dead who wasn't even dead and didn't even exist in the first place. So like, this is the stuff I'm talking about. Even if something like actually happened, like, we need to address it. Like, even if, because here's the thing, looking at the Amazon. So it's like, I have this connection with the Amazon because these were Eris's children. And these archetypes, they go down, they go up. It's almost like an hourglass shape. And like, yes, it's like center. We want to bring it all to center, of course. But there are things that are more on the outskirts, because there's a healing, there's an integration, there's a readiness to pull this to center. There's a process that needs to take place to bring certain things to center. And when I was sitting even with the Amazon, it's like, you obviously have your Artemis tribe and you obviously have your Pallas Athena tribe, but the whole Artemis tribe, like there was this whole thing with like removing the breast. And this was like, you know, remove the breast so like we could be more accurate with our bow and arrow. So if you're connected to that Magdalene, I don't want to trigger the Magdalene frequencies. I'm just going to say Magdalene, the robes, the colors, the archetypal frequencies. It's clearly, to me, Artemis. Like they're clearly this massively strong connection, at least 50%, but I imagine it's more between Artemis and Magdalene tribe. Even like that saffron color. Like the patron crew knows this. I had this like saffron robe come in. And I was just like, I saw it and I was like, it's kind of gold and I love it. And I love this color. Something about this color. I put it on. I was just like, what the heck is going on? Like, it's literally the most powerful article of clothing I've ever put on. And then just within moments, like within moments, all this information is coming to me about Artemis's tribe and the Magdalene tribe and this color saffron and how powerful it is. And linen, and how linen is like 5,000 times more powerful than silk or something like that. Like crazy stuff and thank you, Sherry, for sending me that article. If you're watching, I know you're always silent in the background, so love you, sister, when you hear this. So even that frequency of what is the as above, so below, if that happened in the past, what does that do in the present moment? So it's like all of these things, whether we gave something up, whether we took something, whether we lost something, whether, you know, freaking Hercules. Every time I see a Hercules archetype, I'm just like watching my brother suffer. And it's so difficult, but not difficult. And it's like Spirit's like, oh, you got to let him go. And it's just like, read the stories, man. It's like Hercules has to roll the rock up the hill. And then why do you think he's the strongest? He's constantly working out and he rolls the rock up the hill. And then every time the rock rolls up the hill, it rolls back down. He's like trapped in a purgatory. Like, what is it that we need to do? Do we break up the rock? Do we help him push the rock? Do we hold the rock up once it's at the top of the hill? But it's like, I don't care what the heck he did or what God he owes or whatever agreement or contract or thing he did to get into that position. There's only so long that we can allow this stuff. So it's like, I'm just giving you like little teeny tiny tip of the iceberg here. When we find these stories, the ones that resonate the most with you are you. And when you heal those, when we heal those, when we work together to say like, okay, what happened? Okay, so like, how do we heal this? All right, okay, so we you know, we go back in time and we do this, because if we are above the dimensional standpoint of where these gods exist, like I said, you're basically their guardian angel, their elven, you're their Lyran, you're their higher self, okay? Because it's like, I don't even use this term higher self anymore, unless I'm going to use the term higher self in regards to me being the higher self to one of my own aspects. And this is something that came to me over a decade ago, and I couldn't even start to wrap my head around it. I remember I was sitting, and I don't know, am I going to leave the camera? I am. I was sitting, I had my hands like this, and I went like that. And the second my fingers touched my third eye, and I looked down, and I know, me and Brother Rion, you know, everybody, we're always telling you, don't look down. And so I'm not telling you to look down and use your third eye, but I'm saying that I just happened to look down and use my third eye. And I saw this, like, I don't know, 17, 19-year-old, like, Asian boy. And I saw his little sister. I saw his mom, and I was just like, I saw his mom, and I was almost like wanted to cry. I was just like, who is this woman that I love that I don't know? Like, how do I love a stranger that I'm just like seeing in my mind's eye right now? And you know, of course, across the course of the next 3 to 6 months, Spirit was like being like, that's you in another reality. That's you in another dimensional standpoint. And you have the opportunity to check in on him during the day and see what the heck he's doing and be like, dude, don't do that. Like, don't do that. Like, kind of just pulse his field with maybe choose love. maybe don't do that anymore. Maybe stop doing that thing that you do that you feel in every cell of your body you shouldn't be doing. And that served its course. That's not still happening now. That's like so dimensionally, I don't even know where that is down here. I have no idea where that is down here. I'm just telling you that I saw this back in like 2009, 2010, when I was still working with Samuel, my old spirit guide. And it's just something that I was just like, what the heck is even going on? Like, that's how, like, even when I tell you guys the whole totem pole thing, you're not the bottom of the totem pole, okay? So it's like we can look at it like we're the bottom of the totem pole, and we have these aspects above us. Like, here's my 7 chakras, the next 7 chakra, the next 7 chakra. And, like, that's this, like, Native American interpretation of multiple chakras, multiple beings, all sharing a stream. What I'm getting at is I had to find my power so I could then release my power. To truly find my power, to truly be able to be in service and to help not only myself, but everybody. And I need more than just me reading Wikipedia. And I'm not saying that it is just me. I'm saying that we have the opportunity now to research stuff and work together, work in the group, find the traumas, whoever they are. Except for Satan. Not today, Satan. You're on your own. But whatever's going on with the gods, with the, with these beings that we're working to integrate. Read the stories, find the traumas, find the skill sets, release the skill sets once you integrate the skill set so you can copy paste that for yourself is what Spirit's having me do. I'm going to drop cards now. F the algorithm. What perfect timing. Regulators. We regulate any stealing of their property. With violins! 16 in the clip and 1 in the hole. Nate Dogg is about to drink somebody's turn gold. Nate Dogg and Warren G. Oh, look at that. I'm missing a camera. Aphrodite isn't asked to do anything. She's not asked to do anything. I'm switching my mind back into read mode. Oh, don't upset the algorithm. Don't upset the algorithm. We need this video to stay up. Bag up, because it's on N-A-T-E and me, the Warren to the G. They were in the same spot in need of some desperate help. And they dog in the G town were in need of something else. Woo! Aphrodite did come out of the ocean, out of a shell. That was in the Roman timeline of Venus. Okay. So a message for this week. Quantum reading for everybody watching and everybody that's going to watch it later. Motel. Just know that however it worked before is not how it necessarily works now. And number 1 might have been fire for you before. Number 1 might be earth right now. And this element might have been this, and now it's that. I'm seeing massive, massive shifts. So release your expectations, my family. G-Funk, where rhythm is life, and life is rhythm. You know, like I know, you don't want to step to this. Oh, she had the sunt confuso. Is that a choker? It's a headband. Who said I'm wearing a choker? I got a choker. Not a choker. First of all, it's not a choker. It's a short necklace. So if you're still wearing chokers, start naming them a short necklace. Think that wasn't intentional? What do you think happens when you put a baby blue crystal on your baby blue chakra? Let's call it a choker, Clark. That was some fat white guy in an underground bunker that decided to call that a choker. So intense. Don't be so intense. Okay, that's too much of that. That's too much of that. There we go. Oh, an offering. An offering from her. Okay. Marriage of the masculine and the feminine. Ooh, oh, yes. Oh, my God. The truth shall set you free. Oh, my God. Look at that. What would you look at that? We made it, family. Oh, I love it. High Priestess number 2. The Justice card number 11. This is both veils, my family. Let me just move that out of the way. This is both veils. This is the High Priestess. Mama. There's the High Priestess, and there is the Justice card. Oh, okay. So now let's look at the past first, and let's look at Sunday, Monday. Oh, today's Sunday. So today, Monday, halfway through Tuesday, this betrayal, this heartbreak, this heartache. What does the heartache have to do? Marriage of the masculine and the feminine. What do we see middle of the week? We see an offering. We see an offering of way more than you could ever imagine. This is everything. This is the 10. This is the tree of the cabal. This is the tree of life. This is all things that are possible, even the things that we cannot see. And this is a very, very sacred shape. And this is a very, very sacred interpretation of what I'm getting, because it goes from here to these cards that I've seen connected recently in a lot of people's sessions and personal readings, the Hermit and the Knight of Wands again. This alone time in nature as the Paladin. So this Paladin, this warrior of healing, taking alone time to accept this gift. So this gets us far beyond the veil. We have the feminine and the masculine. I said, even as I was dropping the cards before I saw this, the marriage of the masculine and the feminine. And now we have the feminine High Priestess and the masculine High Priestess, both of these cards with each of those veils. Okay. Can make it up, but why would you want it? Look at that. You see the 2 pillars. You see the 2 pillars. You see the 2 veils. I said the truth shall set you free. I swear to God, guys, I did not know that Ace of Swords was down there. At least consciously, I didn't know. I said the truth shall set you free, and that card wasn't even here. But now we see that sword with that sword. So yeah, that's happening also. And another ace. And another 4 aces. It's Bill and Ted's. Any hooskies. Massive week. Once again, it's like, yeah, I dropped these cards, but it's almost just like, this is what I already said. Like, this is what I already said. Find the hurts in the past. Find the hurts in the past. Why? Why are we looking for these hurts in the past? Because we're blending the masculine and the feminine together. If I am Eris, then I am Aphrodite. Okay? So I need to heal the traumas that I created. I need to find the things I gave up, what was taken away from me, whatever it is, all throughout time and space. It is up to us to heal this massive amount of work to do, to heal all the archetypes, to heal all the gods, so we can keep climbing until we're up and out of the field. Yeah, that's it right there. So halfway through Tuesday, all of Wednesday, and halfway through Thursday, be prepared for a massive download, a massive shift. Be prepared. If you do this work, it looks like it's going to come in waves. It's going to come in stages also. It's like do the work and then integrate the work in nature. Integrate the work out in the creek, out in the ocean, out however you resonate the strongest with nature, with your alone time. Do not ask for alone time from your partner, from your family, whoever. You take that alone time as that light warrior, because this is a 9D frequency and we are surpassing this. We're going to keep going, guys. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep moving up and up and up and up. So it's like, keep seeing more miracles and keep having more and more happen. How do I say that now? I'm like tuning in on somebody who's no longer even there. Yeah, I'm going to say it on Patreon. Yeah, patrons, I'm going to tell you in a little while, in just a few minutes, why I wasn't here yesterday. And then maybe I'll tell everybody else next week. God, I love you guys so much. I just want to do more. I just want more and more and more, and just keep doing what we're doing. And we stack so much freaking dharma. We save everybody around us, all of our family, all of our friends. It's just like, it's almost like, oh, how many coins? How many coins does it take? Yeah, there's an extra one just in case they have a friend that needs one. Making it rain. Making it rain with dharma coins. Freaking Darmanos. Fucking freaking Darmanos over there. Darmanos. Anybody need a Darmano? I just got extra coin. I need 2 coins to get through, to get past the boat, man. I got extra coins. Yeah. It'll be like Scrooge McDuck, just like swimming around in coins. It's not even logical. You can't swim in coins, but we're going to do it. We're going to figure out how to swim in those coins. He's talking about DuckTales. What has happened? This just all just kind of just... No, it didn't. No, it didn't. Okay. I freaking love you guys from the bottom of my heart, the top of my heart, pretty much all of my heart throughout all of time and space, which keeps growing and ever expanding. Be excited, my family. The highest highs will come with some lows, of course, but it's like we're like the ever succeeding stock market, and we just keep going up, and we might have little dips, okay, but we don't get stuck in those dips, okay? So pay attention, take responsibility, claim your space, claim your mind, claim your home. How about that Sage Your Home Tonight master version, patrons? Yeah, if your patrons didn't see it yet, more free music that Alexander produced is right there on Patreon. To everybody else, like literally, I think you can go on the lowest Patreon tier for the month, download the music, and then leave the Patreon if you want. But yeah, I made some music for everybody. Just because, not to make money, not to get it on the radio. I did it for me, for you, for all of us. So raise the vibe. We got to keep raising the vibe. It's like whatever we were doing before, we need to do a little bit more every single day. It's like weight training. I freaking love you guys so much. Patrons, we're going to do an extended version of this in just a few minutes. I'll see you in a few minutes. Love you all so much. CrystalCurrent.com for the most epic energy gear ever. And GalacticTarot.com if you want to book a session. I freaking love you guys so much. See you very soon, patrons. Cheers.